Hey everybody, and welcome to Dustin Time, and back to another episode of Building with Dustin. And on today's episode of Building with Dustin, we are going to address the elephant in the room. Oakenstead Manor. I don't know what they call it. I love this house, but I always felt like the outside and the inside was kind of a little atrocious, so I decided to give it a limited pack makeover. But I will say, if you download it with base game only, it'll still be a base game only house. It is on the gallery now under DustinTimeYT, and it costs 255,495 simoleons. If that's a little above your budget, maybe we can work on that. It's on a 64 by 64. It has 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and uses seasons, pets, get together, get to work, vampires, dine out. Yeah. These are all decorative things, except for this one. This is patio furniture. If you go right over here, you can see the used items, ladies and gentlemen, so you'll know what you'll be missing. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get on into this speed build, yeah? Okay, well, it has been a minute of hot since we've had a speed build, hasn't it? Welcome back. Copper is with us. He is under my foot right now, keeping it warm. I'm always cold. With this, I love Oakenstead, and I will tell you guys a little funny. When the first time I played The Sims 4, I decided that I wanted to just remodel a house because I wasn't in the mood at the time to actually play The Sim. So I remodeled this house a long time ago on an ex's laptop, so I'm not going to ever see that shit again. But I've always had a fascination with this house, or a love for it, or whatever the hell you want to call it, or an obsession for men. But I really like this house. I just never really cared for the outside and some of the layout, which sounds bad, but I liked it in general, but not there. It needed Dustin-fied. So we brought it to Dustin Time, just in time. And yeah, I love the way it turned out. Like I said, it's on the gallery. So let's shoot the shizzle knit shan't. Funny thing happened. So I drive a Mini Cooper Countryman, which is the SUV version of a Mini Cooper, and it's got the panoramic whole glass roof. Well, anyway, when you open the sunroof, there's a little thingy that pops up, and it's got a netting, and it helps with wind noise. Well, the other day, 2 weeks ago, I am at lunch with my coworker, and we're sitting there at Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Yum. I moved that whole addition on the back over because I didn't like the way it gave me hallway options, and girl, I need some hallway options. So, anyway, so we're sitting there at lunch, and I'm sitting here, and she's sitting there, and my car is outside behind her, and I had left the sunroof open because I drove, and I deleted all the phrases off this house real quick because they screw with stuff and I don't like it. They make the spandrels and things like that do crazy shit, so I delete them because I wish they'd fix that. But so anyway, she's sitting there behind my car, or she's sitting there and my car's in the distance behind her. I really like this house in the gray and the black and white, and I almost left it that way, but whatever. Maybe in another life. Everybody says I use too much black and white. Maybe. So anyway, so we're sitting there and we just ate, and we're just kind of talking and shooting the shit, just avoiding going back to work because our boss knows on Fridays we go to lunch and we just sit there for a minute and shoot shit and then go back to work. So, because normally we don't go together. And so we're sitting there talking, and I look, and that little screen has a hole in it. And I'm like, well, damn it all to hell. Why is there a hole in the screen thing on my car? And so I'm looking at it, and I'm like, well, shit, a rock must have flew up and hit it or something. I don't know. There's a hole. So I was kind of mad, and I was like, well, that sucks butt. So look my front butt. So I get home, and my partner Scott, or my boyfriend, I feel like I'm 35. I'm too old for a boyfriend. Probably am too old for a boyfriend. Scary. I just told you all how old I was too, but I probably look 40, so it's fine. But anyway, Scott was sitting there, and he's like, how's your day? And I'm like, oh, I did this, and this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, listen to this shit. I'm like, I tell him the story about sitting there at lunch, and I'm not gonna tell you the whole story again. And I said the little net thing on the sunroof has a big hole in it. I said a rock or something, because a rock had hit my windshield a while back, and thank God it didn't do anything. And I was like, a rock or something must have hit it, and put a hole in it. And I'm like, that pisses me off. And he goes, and he gets real quiet, and he starts looking around, and I'm like, what? And he's like, I was like, are you mad? I said, I didn't do anything. I didn't hit anything. He's like, no, I'm not mad. And I said, oh, what's the dealio, yo? And he was like, I may have did that like last weekend. Okay? What do you mean you did that last weekend? And he's like, well, I may have, because we went and cleaned the car out and washed it, and he was taking the vacuum, because apparently the person that owned it, because I didn't buy it brand new, the person that owned it before me lived near a pine tree, because we keep finding pine needles in like the sunroof and stuff. And so he was like getting the pine needles out, and he was like, "Rah, rah, rah," and then he hit it, and he said like he barely touched it, and he was trying to get bugs off of it, and it ripped it. And I'm like, well, why didn't you just tell me? And he was like, honestly, I thought you might hurt me. And I'm like, oh, come on. And he was like, well, I didn't know you'd be mad. I know you love that car, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, it was an accident. It's like you were like messing around and did it. And then a couple weeks ago, he booty bumped, because he's got a little bit of a butt on him. And he booty bumped my monitor right here, because there's a closet behind it. And he booty bumped it, and it fell over and put a scratch on it. But when it's on, you can't see it. So I don't care. And I wasn't even mad. I was like, are you okay? It didn't really break anything, did it? And he was like, no, it's fine, I think. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. And he's like, I said, you knocked my monitor over, and I didn't get mad. And he was like, oh, yeah, way to bring that up again. And I'm like, come on. So I just thought it was really funny. I thought I was sure. Oh, what was there? Something else funny that I was going to tell you guys. My work is sneaky people's. So, our entrance is like this, right? And there were like flower beds with bushes and mulch in them on the other sides of the doors. I go in one day, flower beds, mulch, bushes. I come out at lunch, no bushes. A couple days later, I come back. There's no flower bed at all. It's just like it never happened. There's full-grown grass. So they like went and got grass, like sod, ripped out all this mulch like overnight, and put all this grass in, and it's like it never happened. And I looked at my coworker and I said, I'll be damned. And she goes, what? And I said, they got rid of that flower bed right there. And she goes, what flower bed? And I'm like, I pay way too much attention to things that don't matter. No, I'm just kidding. But I just thought it was funny. So you guys are going to see here in a second a prime example of something I like to do in The Sims, especially if you're trying to like make over a EA build that already is landscaped and everything. And what I like to do with the bushes and stuff is I like to scale them up, because sometimes you can actually use less of them. And if you scale them up, then see, like right here is where I start doing it. It makes a huge difference. Like, it makes such a huge difference on how everything looks just by sizing some of it up. And some of the stuff in this game, you guys, sizes up so well, it's not funny. Like that one bush right there, it's like the low lion lily. Here you're going to see a really good example of sizing stuff up. That one right there, it looks so good. These plants look so good sized up. Watch, just watch. Right there. Right there. And it's all base game stuff. All I did was just make it bigger. Same thing right here. I almost cut this out, but I thought it was important for you guys to see it. Like I just went through and moved stuff around and sized it up, basically. I did not change this house really that much. Seriously. And I added some new base game stuff. And actually, I wish the base game swatch update would have been out when I did this house. That sucks, but I was going to use this house, but I don't think I'm going to now. I think I've moved on to other things. So, that old chestnut. That old chestnut. So, you guys, my little old doggy, if I think about it, I'll try to include a picture of us. He's 15 years old, and our pool it has some water in it, but it's not very much, but it's like just the deep end has water in it. And he falls into the deep end all the time. And bless his heart, he doesn't get hurt or anything. But he fell in the other day, and I had to give the little booger a bath, and he looked so cute when he was old. He's a little old wet man. It just made me laugh. I was like, you poor Maxie dog. He's so old. And then like he likes to go sit on this rug by the door, and he likes to stare at the door. And there's nothing wrong with him. Like, he's been looked at, but he's just old. He's crazy. He crazy dog. Hey, crazy dog. I was gonna tell you guys, I always have so many things I want to tell you, and then I get all over the place, and I can't remember them. I'm gonna be doing a collab with a friend of mine. His name is Simmerjet here on the Ubing Tubing, and we haven't got all the details nailed down yet, friend, but it's gonna be cool. Personally, don't tell him I told you that. He was a model once. I can't compete with that. I'm not pretty enough. Like, my hair's not long enough and flowy enough to compete with a model. It's okay. I've accepted it. Oh my gosh. Something else crazy happened. I think it had to do with Scott, so he might not want me to tell you. I don't know. You guys, one of the most effective updates I think that I've seen in The Sims 4, or one of the ones that I've like used the most, is the window update. I love taking these base game windows and stacking them because I am utterly obsessed with transoms above windows. And actually, when we start remodeling our house, we are going to have the roof redone, and we're going to have it to where we can vault the ceilings on the inside, like in this room and all the other bedrooms up here. And oh hell, what was I saying? Oh goodness, my mind went blank. But then we'll be able to do, like, the walls will be really high in here, and I can't wait for the vaulted ceilings, and I can do the transoms above the doors into all the bedrooms. It's gonna be so pretty. That's where I was going with that. Brain fart. But yeah, I love transoms above doors. And if you don't know what a transom is, it is like, here's your door, and then like above it is a window, like glass. It's a transom. I would love to do them above the windows. Unfortunately, my house only has 8-foot ceilings. Even when it's vaulted, that part of the ceiling, the walls part, will only be 8 foot. So, there's not any changing that, because I can't make my house taller. This is not The Sims. I can't be like, oh, click, bloody click, and then the ceilings are going to raise up. That's not how the business works, quite frankly. I wish it did, because I would say I would have the medium wall height. I don't think I would have the really high wall height, unless I was going to do something like a loft. Because I feel like on The Sims, even though they won't allow us to do it, well, I mean, you can. There's ways of doing it. But I just don't have the patience sometimes. But I would do the really tall wall height in real life if I was going to do like a loft above like the kitchen. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like the bedroom loft. It could just be like a loft, So that's what I'm thinking. These lights from the childhood or the kids room pack? The one with the ABC on it. Shit, what is it called? Toddler room stuff. I'm obsessed with those lights, but I want some new ones. I've seen some really good CC ones where they actually look like they're the cable, and then they have the little cables that run down to the lights. I would like to have some of those. I just want to tell you guys too, for any of you that enjoy the closed captions on here, YouTube did away with their closed captioning, if you did not know this, and I'm currently using one that is through my editing software. I don't know how well it does. I've watched a couple of the videos to see, and it does miss a few words every now and then, but I don't have the time, and I hate to say it because I would love to be able to, but I don't really have the time to sit and type all of them. So I'm hoping that they do well enough. The main thing that I noticed with the closed captioning was it would say just in time instead of Dustin time, And this is Justin, and I've been called Justin my whole life, so I guess I could be used to it by now. But so bear with me on that. I know it's not the best. I love the windows in this house. How it's just like a wall of windows. That is my goal. If I ever won the lottery, I would have like one of those houses that has like the walls that are like solid, but then there's like a cutout of glass in like the living room, and it goes like through the floor and up through the ceiling. Abso-damn-lutely. Abso-damn-lutely. I don't normally drink in a speed build, but I apologize for that. I have a frog in my throat today, and I don't know what that's all about. I think it's because we've been going through like a lot of weird weather. Plus, I just talked to my mother on the phone for 2.5 hours. Oh, sorry, that was really loud, I'm sure. I'm beat. I am just slap beat. I love her. She'll never see this. She wears me the hell out. If you're still with me, I appreciate it so much. Sorry, I haven't done a speed build in a while, so I kind of lost the, plot there for a minute. But we're getting kind of, oh no, we've got a few more minutes. So I was like, we're coming close to the end of the speed build. We're not. We are, but we're not. We're not there yet. We're getting there, but we're not there yet. There is a little disclaimer. I did do a little bit extra to the pool area on this one because I got inspired one night. So that's where some of the pack stuff comes from. It won't be in some of the final photos at the end because I couldn't be fussed to reload this lot just to take more photos. But I did include a photo of the pool after it was prettied up I think what happened is the people that bought it had to gussy it up again to sell it again, and they wanted to get all their bang for their buck in this market. So what they did is they slapped like a little custom shit around the pool and moved on with their lives. So they turned a nice profit on it, though, I'll tell you that much. It sold like gone girl. Like Felicia, these houses are always going somewhere. They're gone. So, but anyway, I really lost the plot again. If you look right there, that's where a lot of like the season stuff comes in, is like the swing set and stuff like that. But like this is a lot of base game going on here. A lot of base game. So, yes. Yes, honey. I'm just kidding. I don't talk like that. I do sometimes. I get in moods. Like I'm in a good mood today. I don't enjoy this voice business that's going on right now, but maybe I sound muy caliente. I don't know. Anybody who knows me in person, and you may catch this from my videos, I'm a tad bit weird. I'm a big kid at heart, and I'm always doing voices, and like William Wyndham Wabash from Wisconsin. That was horrible. God, please, I hope I cut that out in editing. I know I won't because I'm lazy. Really, you guys, when I first started doing YouTube, I was doing a lot of editing, and it was getting to be where it was taking me a long time to edit videos, and I'm trying to think of ways without cutting a bunch of stuff out and without like actually being able to share with you guys and talk to you. Even if you don't listen, I'm just going to talk because that's what I do. I talk even when nobody's listening. Like you stopped listening a second ago, but you're back now. Welcome. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Yes. But I can talk about anything, and but I'm trying to think of ways to edit my videos or record my videos to where they require less editing. Here's where we start doing that business at the pool, which means we are coming to the end of the speed build because I do believe the pool was one of the last things. Yeah, we have like 2 minutes left, so there's some other business in there. But before you guys make fun of the shape of that pool, just wait, girl. Just wait. It'll make sense. And you'll see from the photos at the end, this Beatrix was player tested and it works. So I'm not saying that it's the best pool ever, but I'm not saying it's not the best pool ever. You get where I'm going with this? That rock was too big. I chose these rocks because they were more realistic. And I'm trying to see if they are from... Oh, they were from Batu, Journey to Butthole. Well, I'm sorry about that. They won't be in there. So just put yourself a regular pool in here. I'm pretty sure I just let everybody down. But, hey, I'm only human. But there will be photos at the end, so you guys, there will not be any footage or photos of the inside of this house, because really all I did in there is, I'm going to say, I threw some more things in from base game, and I scaled a few things up, and I added a few base game things and moved some rooms around and kind of like added here and there. Oh, I also didn't address the other elephant in the room, this huge pimple on my face. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. I almost didn't record this video because of it, but I thought, if you guys even watch my videos, then you must like me. So if you watch them, then you probably won't mind that I have a big pimple on my face. I had one up here and it went away, thank goodness. Oh my gosh, we're about ready for photos. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for photos? I'm so ready for photos. Here we go, here we go. So here's before. Ta-da! After. Yay! I really like that red, and I love that railing. Before. After. I just love this house, y'all. I need to find an excuse to play in it. Before. After. See, there's the pool. You can just put you a rectangle one back in there, baby. You got this. And there's a picture of Dustin using the pool. And like I said, it is fully functional. I love the way the pool turned out. I think it's absolutely cute. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the speed build. I hope you guys like this house. Like I said, it's on the gallery. Sorry I didn't include much of the inside. I didn't think it was really necessary. But I absolutely love this house. And this is what I felt like Oakenstead needed. And this is what I did for my save file. So make sure to hit like if you haven't already. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ding that bell so you get notifications when I post new videos. And I post up on this bitch when I go live on Twitch, so you'll be notified of that as well, and we can hang out and get to know each other. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.